In the last lesson, you got a sense of the important factors to keep in mind when sharing ideas with others. In this lesson here, we'll look more closely at the role that visual notes can play when creating those idea-sharing experiences. To examine how to best share ideas visually, I'm going to break things down into 3 stages. Before you can share your ideas, you need to have someone's attention. So I like to think of the starting point as the attention of a particular audience who is experiencing your ideas within a particular context or setting. Those are 2 of the important factors that we highlighted in the last lesson. What you provide to that audience and within that context is an experience of some kind, an experience that you create by combining text, layout, imagery, and color, and potentially other elements as well, depending on the situation. You might be giving a live presentation so that there is a spoken component in addition to those sketched slides that you might use. Or maybe there is some written text to go along with the visual notes that you're sharing online. The point here is that what you create provides some sort of experience for your audience within their context. The result of that idea sharing experience, hopefully, is an audience that has gained a new level of understanding of the ideas shared that also impacts their life in a positive way. The exact level of understanding and the specific impact that's felt depends heavily on the experience that you create as the idea sharer. With that big picture in place, let's zoom in on each stage in a way that will inform your ability to create the best experience possible. Regarding the audience you're sharing your ideas with and the context surrounding that experience, I think it's helpful to think of those as useful constraints. They put helpful bounds on the way to go about sharing your ideas. But for those bounds to be really useful, you need to know your audience well and have a good understanding of the context. So be sure to spend some time looking closely at those 2 elements. What that will help you to do is create an idea sharing experience that resonates with your audience, which I think is a good goal to set for yourself. Here are a few tips to help you do that. As you are planning out how to combine the visual elements available to you, be sure to craft the experience with your audience's perspective in mind, not your own. Remember, it's not about you, it's about them and their experience. Remember also that with each of the pieces of visual note-taking that we dove into in part 1, there's the ability to tap into the emotional and intellectual power of those visual elements. Use that to your advantage when creating the experience. Finally, look for ways to use the power of story to build momentum throughout the experience and create the desired impact. We are hardwired to understand stories and carry them with us. So when you add a narrative element to the already powerful visual elements, you're setting yourself up to deliver an experience that provides the understanding and the impact that you're shooting for. The one thing that I want to mention regarding that desired outcome is this: don't make the audience work to get these 2 things out of the experience. Think of yourself as a gift giver whose job it is to deliver a worthwhile experience that results in deeper understanding and a positive impact on your audience. The only question now is what type of gift you'd like to deliver and who you intend to give it to. As a precursor to creating your own idea-sharing experiences, I want you to think back on an experience that resonated deeply with you. That could have been something as simple as watching a video or reading a book, or maybe something a bit more involved like a live event. Use the resource below to reflect on that experience and then check out the next lesson.